Some small homes feel instantly settled, comforting, and complete, not because they are expensive and not because they are filled with more things. They feel complete because the room makes emotional sense. The entry knows how to welcome you. The living room knows where your eyes can rest. The bedroom knows how to quiet the mind. In small homes, every object speaks louder. Every gap, every surface, every corner either supports your life or gently interrupts it. Today, let's look at the subtle design choices that make a small home feel whole, graceful, and deeply cared for without looking expensive. Many small homes do not feel incomplete because they are unattractive. They feel incomplete because there is no clear arrival. You step in and the eye meets clutter, scattered shoes, or a wall that says nothing at all. A complete home begins by answering one quiet question: where does the coming home land? In a small entry, the solution is rarely more furniture. It is a gentler sense of order. One place for keys, one surface for a lamp, one mirror to open the space, and one basket to absorb daily disorder. When the entrance feels clear and gracious, the entire home begins to feel more settled. Hallways are often treated like leftovers. They become narrow passages full of visual noise, or worse, forgotten spaces with no rhythm at all. In a small home, it can quietly weaken the feeling of completion. A hallway does not need decoration for the sake of decoration. It needs continuity. A runner that softens the walk, lights that feels gentle rather than harsh, one vertical gesture, perhaps a mirror, a framed artwork, or a slim console at the end that gives direction to the eye. When transition spaces feel considered, the home feels calmer, more connected, and more complete. One of the most common reasons a small living room feels unfinished is actually too much effort. Too many small decorative pieces, too many competing chairs, too many surfaces trying to prove the room is styled. A complete room usually has one clear center. A sofa, a chair, a coffee table, a soft rug, arranged so the eye can settle. Then, around that center, space. Space around the lamp, space beside the chair, space on the table. A room begins to feel refined not when it contains more, but when it finally knows what to leave out. A home can feel efficient and still feel incomplete. That often happens when there is nowhere to pause with intention. In many small homes, the dining area is reduced to pure function, or disappears altogether. But completeness is not only about storage and layout, it is also about ritual. A small round table, two chairs, a soft pendant, a cloth napkin, a bowl of fruit, morning light on wood. These details tell the room that daily life deserves tenderness. You do not need formal dining room. You need a space that says, sit down, stay a moment. That is when a home starts to feel emotionally complete. A small kitchen can easily become the room that makes the whole home feel stressed. Too many items on the counter. Heart lighting. No visual rhythm. Even when it's clean, it still feel restless. A complete kitchen corner is not empty. It is edited. The everyday tools remain, but they are grouped with care. The kettle sits on a tray. The cutting board leans with intention. A bowl, a towel, a small lamp, a branch, small gestures that soften utility without hiding it. When usefulness and warmth live together, the kitchen begins to support the emotional tone of the whole home. A bedroom can be lovely and still feel unresolved. Often, the problem is not beauty, it is emotional noise. Too many pillows, many decorative objects, too much furniture pressed into a room that really needs air. A complete bedroom gives the mind fewer things to process. The bed is clearly centered, the bedding has weight and softness. The bedside surface holds only what belongs to rest. The storage is quiet, not constantly asking for attention. In a small bedroom, restraint is not deprivation. It is compassion. When the room supports sleep, softness, and privacy, the whole home feels more complete. Bathrooms are often treated as purely functional spaces, and yet, in a small home, they quietly affect your mood every single day. If the room feels harsh, exposed, or improvised, the home can feel less complete than it really is. The answer is not luxury in the obvious sense. It is care. A warm vanity finish, a soft hand towel folded neatly, better light at the mirror, fewer products in sight. a tray that gathers the everyday. A cared-for bathroom sends a subtle message. This home notices the small parts of living. That message makes the whole home feels more dignified and complete. Some homes are perfectly organized and still feel emotionally thin. They work, but they do not quite embrace you. One reason is that the home may have utility everywhere, but no corner of affection. No chair that belongs to an evening light. No small table waiting for tea. No throw, no book, no signal that the home understands reflection. A reading nook does not have to be elaborate. In a small home, it may be one chair by a window, one lamp, one stack of books, one cushion. But that small corner can change the entire emotional identity of a home. Sometimes a home looks almost complete, but never quite feels calm. Often, the reason is not visible decoration, it is visible friction. Laundry that has nowhere to go, cleaning tools always in sight, storage that spills into the room and keeps daily life mentally unfinished. A beautiful home is not one that hides all real life. It is one that gives real life a place. Cabinets that close, baskets that collect, shelves that repeat shape, color, and discipline. Order is not only visual, it's an emotional relief. When the home absorbs its own chores gracefully, it finally begins to feel complete. The small homes that feel complete are rarely trying to impress anyone. They simply understand the life they hold. They make space for arrival, rest, meals, reading, washing, and the quiet routines that shape a day. That is why they do not need to look expensive. Their beauty comes from proportion, care, usefulness, and emotional ease. A lamp placed where evening needs softness. A chair where morning light feels kind. A room that knows when enough is enough. If this video gave you a new ways to see your home, I'd love to know which corner matters most to you. And if you enjoy this gentle conversation, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment.